Greetings, humanity, and welcome to Channel Other Doc. I'm Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our campaign of the Ninefox Gambit RPG, a dystopian military sci-fi game based on the machineries of Empire stories by Yoon Ha Lee. We're going to go around and say hi to everyone, find out who they are and who they're playing, starting once again with Pope. Hello!
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Build on the internets. Glad to be back with the Ninefox Gambit crew playing Shuos Robin. Both of us use he, him pronouns, and I'm in danger.
Really?
I mean, it's true. What else do you say at this point?
It happens.
Oh, man.
And speaking of danger, now let's head over to Ewan. Hello.
Hello, I'm Ewan. I play Nirai Tace. We both use he, him pronouns. Nirai Tace is also... I mean, technically we're all in danger, honestly, but yeah, Tace is Tace had a vision. Got a vision to act on.
Yeah.
Probably deeply unwisely. But you know, he's smart dude. Got a few tricks up his sleeve. Surely we shall see.
Yes, indeed. And now let us head over to PB.
Hi, I am PB. Today we're playing Undone Floor, and I, she, her pronouns, and I'm soon to be in danger, but not exactly in danger at this very moment in time. Actually, I've been pretty lax, just chilling in the med bay while things have happened.
Well, everyone else is in danger.
I don't know how stabbing oneself is lax, but okay.
I mean, it was immediately fixed, like...
Fine. It's fine. We have future medical technology. It's fine.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
it's all good. I am of course playing Rahal Graydon, who is perhaps not in immediate danger, but is in danger of the sort that folks who read the Necronomicon are in danger of. I think that's closer to sort of where things are with him. And before I hand things over to our calendar, just as a reminder, you may see us use safety tools from time to time. Like we do with the other games on this channel, we're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, hold up a card, make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat, and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil. So it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or if we say or we do something and then think maybe that might have been a little too much, then everyone else can respond to that again with an X, an N, or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. As a reminder, just a few content warnings. This game has very dark themes. It has the potential for player versus player conflict, depending on choices made, and may contain references to assimilation, brutality, atrocity, capitalism, colonialism, genocide, torture, hegemony, human sacrifice, and imperialism. If you'd like to see that list, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can go into the chat and type !9CW, that's NINECW, and that will show up there. That will also be showing up periodically on rotation, so that'll just be showing up there from time to time. Finally, please remember that we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It's just a game, and mental health is always more important. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hand things over to our calendar. Hello.
Hello. How is everyone tonight? I'm going to start off with my usual thing, and then we'll get to a short retelling of last game's events from our players' perspective. We should not know the truths that we have learned, for knowledge such as this undoes the world. It shakes the stars and rends the ordered grid, a song that sings of chaos unrestrained. The heresies that whisper in our ears are poison sweetly laced with deadly fire. Do you not feel the weight upon your soul? A burden pulling time itself askew? Look not to schematics nor the stars above, their pattern warped beneath this cursed truth. We are broken tools of shattered clocks, and time shall have its vengeance on us all. But mark me well, for even here we stand, our fates entwined with blades of dissonance. We are not cowards, no, we hold the line. Though winnowers may come with sharpened teeth, our wills burn brighter than their hungry voids. If we must die, we'll carve a path through night and shape what's left with blood and stolen light. All right, let's take it to our players.
Well, I mean, Pope, you've been doing some pretty good recaps the last few
Oh,
sessions.
okay.
Do you feel like taking it away? I'm just.
All
I mean-
right. Well, where we were last time.
Did you not want to follow me, Ewan? Is that what?
Yeah.
So, if you've been following the story so far, and you just need an update, things got worse. There are two individuals aboard the Banner Moth that are going around and liquidating a number of the individuals on board. At least two. There have been a number of atrocities committed, a number of Kel that are locked seemingly in a loop in the drill room. A number of other Kel who are just delightfully, ignorantly asleep. The acting captain is the chief medical officer, who is not having the best day, despite Floor trying to distract him in every way possible, including, stabbing herself. He ended up eventually having an unconscious period due to the noble actions of Tace, who is trying to desperately save us all as we are trying to also avoid a cylindrical spike. And his answer to all this pressure being made a Shuos for the day by Shuos Co, having these drones nearby him that do not communicate aside from like maybe blinking or nodding, by taking both of his last pieces of gum simultaneously.
Hell yeah.
And having a full-on Barclayan Star Trekian trip, to where he may have crossed a threshold, and in touching the Banner Moth's walls, being able to commune with it, and as such has decoupled the Banner Moth.
Well, started to. Started to.
Hmm.
It's a
Started to.
process.
Which again caused the acting captain to have a night-night moment. Graydon is having a full-on Call of Cthulhu mental freakout as all of the pieces of the puzzle start falling into place. He is not a fishman himself, but the scope of all that is coming crashing down is more than the heart and the mind can bear. Um, as
It's fine.
for- he has taken the Kel that was in the brig, had a heart to heart, and then realized I need all the guns I can get, and leveled with him. They went to the armory, grabbed some stuff, a lot of stuff, and made their way to the medical bay, met up with Floor and the captain. Meanwhile, Shoeless Robin, who was going, this is bad. This is very bad. And was beginning to make plans to, meet up with the others, then begin booby-trapping the entire Banner Moth, was interrupted from that plan by the Arch Trader, asking where the bridge is. There was a tense but cordial back and forth as Robin complied and made a bargain. Help the Arch Trader catch the rabbit. The discipline officer aboard this vessel. In exchange, the other people on board get to live, and hopefully the body in which the Arch Trader resides will be put on ice. So both individuals inhabiting the same form can sleep until we can figure this all out. And then we got to the bridge after the great Shuosh Arch Trader handed Robin a very interesting gun. And there's the discipline officer. I think that's where we left off.
Yeah. The doctrine officer, Rahal Lohan, was with Graydon as they were getting ready to interrogate the Kel prisoner, Kel Blaine, and then Kel heard that Graydon heard that the captain was the what is now the previous captain was their heart activity had stopped, and so Lohan's but tried to get Lohan basically to check on the captain, and so Lohan gave a strange look and left. But that wasn't last time. That was before last time. Last time, so Rahal Lohan is up there on the bridge with the Arch Trader, the Immolation Fox, a mass murderer from a couple hundred years ago, now inhabiting the body of a techie. Shuos Jadao is the person's name, the unwelcome tenant's name in that Narai's body. Yes, Graydon was back up in sick bay. Just brought a couple of sacks full of weapons up to and mines. I think Robin also requested mines, things of that nature. As we grabbed those, just brought Kel Blaine up there after sort of realizing, nope, you don't actually have anything to do with what's currently going on, not directly. That was just, I think, as and then is figured out. Has spoken with another Shuos who's on board, Ko, who is hopefully going to provide him with a way to get to. There are about a dozen other Kel currently stuck in the training room, the drill room. So he's going to try to go and get them out soon. And the captain did awake. I have the captain's name as Narai Lang. I have their pronouns as she, they. And so that's basically who is now waking up, and probably Graydon will probably be talking to them shortly before he leaves through a ceiling tile, probably. If he has to.
Good old Jeffrey's tubes.
Yep. Gotta get into the duct work. I'm trying to think. Do I have any other truly? Oh, right. There was Taste discovered a delightful remembrance in the mess hall. That there wasn't much time to find out what that was about, but it's there. And a lot of people, a number of victims around a table in a gruesome sculpture.
They're real dead, so like
Yeah.
there isn't anything we can do for them at this point.
Yeah. And
Trying to stay alive.
It's a tableau that says a lot.
yeah. It's probably doing something to affect the calendar, I'm guessing, but who knows? I don't know about any of that right now. And that's all those are the only other bits that I currently remember.
Last time on Masterpiece Theater. We were about to confront, and by we, I really mean Shuos Robin and his new best friend, the arch trader, Shuos Jadao, the villain of Candelark. So, you walk inside with Shuos Jadao. You have walked into the bridge. You have seen these scattered helix-shaped remains of the bodies that were the bridge crew. You see our once and favorite Rahal. Clearly, he was your buddy, right? You met him a few times. He was pretty cordial. Looking at discarded data slates. Some of them are in various states of disrepair. And he looks up. He's what a bother. So he tosses the slate. It pings against the wall. How can I help you two gentlemen?
I was just leading him to the bridge.
All right. Is there something you need to say? And your new best buddy pushes you forward, says, "Yeah, distraction."
Fuck. Loud expletive, and then doing his best Gene Wilder impression is going to go head over heels, ass over tea kettle, roll forward, behind some form of cover. Pop up, do his best Elmer Fudd impression, going to kill the wabbit, and fire at the Rohal.
All right.
So, all is fair. Signifier. It's 2, 3 base to start with. I'm not talking, I'm shooting, so I can't use that edge, but I can use the latest one, which is one must survive in order to serve. And then I would like to count Shuos Jadao doing distraction as a distraction.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's see what this new fun gun can do. That would upset me in any other game but this one. Okay.
Remember, you've got
That-
ones and twos as successes.
Yeah, I'm just checking my current clock. Yeah, my clock went up a lot last time.
Oh yeah, you got like a 3 or something now.
We're at 5. And so that will make 7 successes. No 6s.
So when you strike, 'cause I've already rolled, he did not do as well as 7 successes. And when it's almost as you can perceive the slight fluctuations in reality when someone is taking damage to their edges versus their body. And what you see is a complete obliteration of an edge as it is turned into scattered memories across the bridge. The doctrine officer is fine, but what you've discovered mechanically is that when an edge is either directly targeted or if someone defends with an edge, the carrying gun just blows away it does all 8 levels of damage to the edge itself.
Fun. Time to duck.
Run away!
So you watch as there's a spark and then almost a fireworks style shower over the bridge of memories of serving as a younger man. As the edge, he
probably needed those.
You probably needed those. Yeah, probably needed those. Also, not having your memories just probably not great for your mental health. And you watch as his years of serving unfold and scatter into green glass across the bridge.
I probably just made him much more violent. Great.
As his edge, I am an essential cog in the machine of the empire. Blows apart.
Well, I mean, we all need to have, a knock to our confidence every once in a while. Humility is a virtue.
Is a virtue. And this gun I found.
Is it named Virtue?
And this gum I found.
And this gum I found. And you see that as you were firing, your good buddy, the arch trader, had spiraled, had sort of cartwheeled behind cover and has taken aim with their Patner 52. Probably the closest thing to an actual gun in the world of Ninefox Gambit. It's an antique. It's Jadao's favorite gun. Shoots slugs. Great for killing Jedi. As he takes aim and shoots the doctrine officer in the foot.
Bleeding out the rabbit.
Questioning the rabbit for information, probably.
Well, most of it by now is dangling in midair right now as pieces of glass.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean,
At least some of it.
For some apparent reason, I'm picturing him less as glass and more like kale chips.
I mean, either way, did you know the carrion glass is totally swallowable? Anyway.
Yeah, would you like to try some?
Not especially.
It'll be an amazing experience. Life-changing, one might say.
So, he will spin around and he will try to helix you. Rob.
Please no.
Oh.
So 3. I have cover.
You have cover.
That is 1. All is fair. And must survive in order to serve. Oh, golly. Okay, well, I'm spending some XP.
We gotta stop meeting like this.
Fair enough. That is 8 successes.
So here, he will get his 3 dice. He will use his equipment edge from the Helix Shatterer, which gives him 1 die. He will claim My Ascension is at hand. And I don't really feel he has a combat-related signifier. Man. I think that's 4 successes. Yep. I'm sorry, you had how many successes, Robin?
8.
8, yep. That's what I thought. So, yeah. 4 successes does not meet 8. But you do watch as something about the local causality it fragments around the spiraling ammunition of this gun as it hits the wall, but like the area around it, like the causality fragments around it, and then it bursts.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, can we just put all the really strange guns away and kill each other like civilized people?
Expect Rahal to do anything like simply.
It was worth a shot.
Like Jadao brought a regular gun to an exotic gunfight, so we'll see how he holds out.
Yeah. Never do anything simply that can be done in a complex fashion. That's it's like on the first page of the Rahal guidebook. That's what they teach us. Day 1.
All right. I believe that's back to you, Robin.
Okay, we're going to try a different tact with this. You could pause and you could try and explain yourself.
Yes, get the villain monologuing.
I'm not absolutely unreasonable. This is a lie.
You're a Shuos. Everybody knows you're unreasonable.
Yeah, but I get 2d6 for this because I'm lying. Uh, I can talk my way out of anything. All is fair.
Certainly try.
Need to survive. Okay. And I'm going to count, like, he's got 2 different people firing
Yeah, that's fair.
as an advantage. All right. Ooh, Nelly, I'm going to have to spend some XP. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really hope this works. I need to stop rolling so many dice.
Okay. Sure, you can get him talking. He looks at you and he says, "You couldn't possibly understand the cracks I see in the lattice. The mask
Explain
of
it
the
to me.
world. The mask of the world we serve.
Oh, okay, I get it. Shit's fucked up. But, like, honestly, our neighbors, you see what they do to children. All right? Things are awful, but they can get worse. That is why we do what we must. It's not great. No one thinks it's great. But it's the one way that we're keeping ourselves alive out here.
In his partially fragmented state, it's almost like he's not talking with you or to you, but just talking.
I'm buying time. That's all I need.
My hands are pure. They shape chaos into steel. I see the jagged truths that none dare name, and all the other factions cling to false and fleeting peace and brittle truces, and all of them splinter. I see the path as the stars must move, obedient to laws that they cannot break, and I will weave such threads, such shapes. I will write a hymn, a song, and I will burn every other heresy to ash.
Okay, so how does a cylindrical spike do that?
There's a slight thumbs up in the corner from Jadao from behind cover, like, yeah.
Like, again, explain to me like I'm back in high school.
We only need to accelerate the process. The screams that I will produce will be harmonies for the new world.
So the spike is to set up a new calendar? Is that what you're trying to do? Try and force your laws of causality upon untold billions?
We've been doing it for so long, but we've grown complacent. I will be the surgeon to cut out decay, and when the grid all aligns, you might curse me, but all will kneel before our law. You, me, the Hoffen, the Gua reality, all of us. No more division, no more lines. Peace.
That sort of peace sounds like annihilation to me.
And a few things happen. Sparks begin to fly from the consoles in the room. Jadao takes this moment after getting some information to take his shot and puts a maiming blow in the spine of this Rahal. Tace, you are watching as things are not completely decoupled, but are flying off, except for the main body of the ship. But things that are key to decouple, you have started that process.
Is it over to me then?
Yeah, it's over to you.
I was thinking of it kind of like, having applied a lot of rivets in my life. There are safety clamps. The rivets are supposed to do, the job to hold everything together. However, there are fail safes. I am turning off all the fail safes. A lot of this is physical, just like pulling physical levers and stuff. But the last bit, I thought was going to have to also be physical. However, I've been slowly, I think, coming to my senses a little bit since I've been doing this for, I don't know, 20 minutes. I've been running around, getting a little tired, out of breath. I kind of slow down and I take a moment to breathe, but what I'm really doing, I just kind of I lean on the wall and I what I'm doing is I am checking the permissions that I've been given because I am Shuos for a day. I have the ability to reach into pretty much any system. And I do believe that I would have access to a number of emergency measures. So I will say I would kind of, drag my ass over to what I'll call the last safety clamp. And I just I'm like breathing really hard and I lean on it and I call the group chat. And I say, hey guys, I'm trying something, but I need you to hold on to something. And I'll loop in Co. I just kind of roll my eyes, also call to Co. These are the people I have access to. And I just say, yeah, I'm trying something. Everybody hold on.
Sure.
And I try to do an emergency shutdown of the engine using my permissions
Okay.
of the drive. If that's a roll, then I can bring to bear a number of things.
Sure.
Got my 3, my signifier, downward burrowing moth, tenacity / tunnel vision. My edge, I am good at computer, using my permissions. And the new edge that I have recently developed, which I wrote down as I have friends now, question mark, defend at all costs. So that's another one. That's 7 dice. I'm gonna roll these. See what I get. That is 2 2s and a 6. So 2 successes and 1 6. So I think that puts me up to 3 now. Or when I got these permissions, I got successes as of 1s and 2s. Does that mean that my clock was advanced to 2?
No.
Okay, then my clock is advanced to 2.
Congrats.
Yay! I've barely been rolling this whole game, so hasn't come up much. All right. So, having removed a bunch of fail safes and thus having a backup plan, which I am trying to avoid, I am staggering for the exit, essentially. Get out of this drive compartment and trying to shut down the drive.
Okay.
But I need to be nearby to tell whether it's working, I think. Because I have to act very quickly if it's not.
All right. So you shut down the drive. The drive you were moving, which allows the moth to take over as it wants.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, in the world of Ninefox Gambit, I've been talking about moths all game. Moth, banner moth, banner moth, cinder moth, shadow moth. I mean moth in the most literal of senses. It's a giant space moth. The things that you might imagine on as wings or ailerons or anything like that. Those are moth wings that are covered in plating for battle purposes. So with the moth free, this living moth, they're born and they live and they can die, and usually they die in battle. But yes, it's a real moth, real big moth. So the moth is free to do as it pleases, and it rolls through space. So people who are on any part of the ship, we do not have any more like gravity dampeners or inertia dampeners now. So like everybody to roll just to, hold on tight.
Fair enough.
I don't think I can apply very much to this. Got my 3. Would my signifier of tenacity, would I be able to pull
Sure.
that in?
Sure.
Fair and survive to serve. That's the general 3. We're rolling 6 dice.
I think I might be able to bring in the cacophony ends. Because it's like, I would like the chaos to cease, please. But that's it, because my others are, because I have no idea because one involves other people and the other involves me knowing what's going on or thinking I know what's going on, and I have no idea. So. Oh. I got 3 successes. No 6s.
I don't know if my newest edge in Eye of the Hurricane, there is silence, would apply in this situation.
Sure. I'll let that apply, yeah.
Let it fly? All right. What am I at? A 2? That is a success. Unsuccess.
All right. those of you who have managed to at least accumulate odd success are jostled but fine. You have not taken any damage necessarily. Yep. So you will take 3 damage. You can distribute those how you will, Tace.
I mean, I'm saving my friends, including this moth that I kind of consider a friend. No, I think that goes just directly to me.
Okay. All right.
How-
And
how many-
remember, mechanically, all people and edges all have eight health apiece. So,
Okay.
any if anything is reduced to 0, you gain a complication.
Right. Plus 3.
The complication can be death, like another guy chose a little while back.
Oh, Vidona Duncan, we miss you.
No, we don't.
Also, yes, but also we're glad you're not here.
Oh, if only Vidona Duncan could be here to get his ass beat by a by a rapid swerve in space.
I think Vidona Duncan took the most rapid swerve in space, the
Yes.
neutrino purge.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Do we still have gravity at this point, or is
you
it
have gravity?
okay?
You don't have inertial
Alright.
dampener, so there's no
Yeah, yeah.
oh, I do a barrel roll. Well, fuck me. You're
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the ceiling for a bit. Say, I have a a very cinematic nosebleed. Yeah.
Everything is jostled and turned around here. I actually need Shios Robin to resist being stabbed by glass.
Oh.
Oh.
I think
Uh-oh.
that'll be the same 6 dice. So
Okay.
let's roll.
Let's see here.
Okay, that is 4 successes, and let's have the Hexarchic clock go up 1.
Ah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad I reminded everyone of that.
So in this
Alrighty.
in this moment, this moth flies through space. It careens into normal space and heads into a subspace region, and then pops out about roughly where your destination should have been. There are a lot of systems. You're not actually sure where you are. This is for the people at home. They are in space, roughly between the Black Cradle and their actual destination. The glass does not puncture you, but it is all in your jacket. So, a very narrow escape from gaining pieces of an NPC's edge.
When your memories are an environmental hazard.
The resulting warping through space and the crashing around has created not a widespread cylindrical spike as someone wanted, but there is a local cylindrical spike where no calendar effects are working right now. You are in calendar null space. So those of you who are not Shios Robin and suddenly feel as though you cannot scry, cannot charm, cannot, those are
I am the most powerful person in space.
Can't lose what's in here.
Well, great people, funny enough, begin looking gray to you as you lose, as you suddenly lose the ability to just kind of know people on an odd surface level.
You're sort of just looking around. Why did it go so quiet? He's sort of looking around, and he was heading in the direction of the duct, and he stopped. And he just sort of turned around. He's just looking in horror back at the sick bay. Anyone else feel as though the life just drained out of the world?
I guess the Kel wouldn't really notice until he encounters another Kel. So,
oh no.
Everybody,
or until someone gives him an order.
Baby. Right.
We're all crash hawks here.
Oh boy. Are the augments still working?
The augments are not an exotic effect, but things that are exotic effects, I did a lot of rereading about this. Variable layout, exotic effect. Most of the guns aren't slug throwing guns, exotic effects. Some levels of medical technology, not all of it, but some of it. All of the very fantastical stuff, exotic effects.
Ooh, okay. So, it's a good question. So I'm gonna ping the group. What just happened?
Like struggling back into a sitting position, like I turned off the drive. It was tearing the moth apart. Someone did something to it. I couldn't fix it. I just turned it off.
So we just dropped out of space and back into space.
I would like kind of drag myself to the nearest console and
Sure.
start typing shit like where the hell are we, and what's going on, and kind of connect with the pilot at the servitor pilot at the other console up in the diplomatic quarters, status.
Yes, servitors are calendar agnostic. Now, I'm not saying that every exotic effect relies on the calendar, but so many of the empires does.
Yeah.
Why mess with a good thing, right?
Yeah, it works. Anyway, if anyone sees a vacuum cleaner, let me know.
Having trouble hearing everything.
Yeah, that might be a byproduct of what just happened. Y'all have fun.
I try to locate Graydon, and I just double check the air pressure in his general vicinity.
Air pressure seems fine. Everything seems
okay.
fine.
All right. Well, then he's not instantly dying, so that's fine.
But you don't have any grid processing power.
Mm.
You only have the raw processing power of your computer at hand. The grid itself, exotic effect of the Empire. Suddenly, this has become a partial space Hulk.
Is this?
Yeah.
Is this enough for me to be able to? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say but we can still talk to each other over our augments.
Yes, that's that's shortwave communication that was actually brought up in Hexarchid stories. Read now.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
And I can still reach the servitors. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Would I be able to, given what I've just been informed, would I be able to piece together that the calendar is down?
Yeah. The calendar's down. 404. Guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Most everything is blue screen.
Okay. And
Isn't
so they'll
that-
You
basically
have gray
Go
screen.
ahead. Gray screen.
must have been a localized spike. Took everything out, where we're just in a part of space that it's not covering right now. And just kind of, is the captain okay?
Acting
The current captain.
Current captain is okay. Things could be better all over the place.
Yeah. All right. And realizing then that variable layout is down, I'm going to just tell the captain. I'm going to tell the acting captain, the medical officer. Excuse me. I'm going to try to go and get those dozen Kel out of the drill room now, because I think it'll be possible now. Probably actually easier now than I thought it was going to be a minute ago. If the calendar happens to come back on, it might be helpful, and my apologies for asking this, but it might be helpful if I had a temporary rank above whoever the highest ranked one is down there right now. Just a ship rank. Would that be all right?
If I can brevet you, I will try.
Well, you need a second in command.
I actually I don't know what rank I'm being given, but it's like whoever what's the highest rank of the? Can we still see the people down, and can we still, be able to check does the grid still tell us anything? Actually,
I mean, before everything went down, you knew the highest ranking person down there was a lieutenant. So
okay.
you don't need much rank. It's just that your rank won't matter until a calendar exists, right?
Yeah.
On the ship.
And since as I recall, they go by more sort of army type ranks, I think, and so I just need captain or greater if the ship's captain is willing to is able to get that get that in for me. And are we at an era yet when we have the changing uniforms?
Yes, yes, you do have to change. You can have changing uniforms if you'd like.
Is that an exotic effect?
No, it's actually a type of animal. So funny thing, all those suits are actually animals.
Oh
no!
Hello, dystopia.
Oh God, I did not know that.
Well, DeVille is cackling with delight right now.
Oh.
It's based on an animal being spliced with a type of fungus. Have fun with that.
Okay.
Hey.
So that's well. So yeah, that happened. Then and I didn't know if is it just the Kel who have them, or do the other factions?
The Kel make the most use of them, but I mean, obviously the Onden make great use of a changing fashion.
I would figure that it might make sense. The reason that I was thinking it might make sense for a Rahal to have it is because they're into formality, so they might need to change for the right occasion type deal.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead then, and now I'm going to try to find the route down there, which hopefully then won't be able to keep me away. I won't need to use the ducts. At least not for now. Basically I'll whisper to the, I'll do whatever I need to my uniform to make it show the brevet rank.
Sure. You feel as your uniform shifts around you, and you gain formal epaulets, and your typical gray, whatever form of gray uniform you have is swapped out for black and gold.
Oh boy! All right, here we go. as I look down, I'm like, oh boy. And I also need to, of course, extend, now at this time, I need to extend my sincerest apologies as Graydon, toward the end of, I didn't realize this until I watched last time. Apparently, Graydon did, or I did swear as Graydon. I said hell a couple of times toward the end of the episode last time. And so my deepest apologies for that. That certainly is not something he would have done were he not terribly stressed. So he will attempt to atone for that later. He will work his way, try to work his way down there.
Okay. And you're in the tubes. Floor, you've just been you've been left
Riding this ride.
riding this terror ride.
As Graydon starts to head out, I'll hit the comm to Shuo's Robin and ask a status update up on the bridge. Are you still alive? Should I be concerned about my safety?
The only one that matters.
The reply you get is, things are foggy. Call back later.
And Undone Floor is I'm just gonna roll my eyes at that one. I'm going to pick up one of the guns. I don't know anything about the space guns in this game.
Well, most space guns are either slug or laser, unless you get into really stupid guns.
So as I search through it, I look for big gun to hurt someone. Preferably, probably, as you know, we're not in the calendar at the moment. Probably something that's not going to be connected via Bluetooth, but rather something a little more
Primitive. Robust.
Yeah, primitive. Yeah.
Yeah, your options in front of you are grenade thrower, big gun, big laser.
Oh, I would love a big laser. That would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna take the big laser, definitely. I'll also take a little gun that I could just like strap on a small gun holder sling.
Okay.
And that one doesn't matter if it's connected to the calendar or not. That's just a backup. And I'm just gonna head out. I'm gonna start walking towards where I believe the bridge to be, to go see for myself. And as I'm leaving, I'll look at the acting captain. I'll say, you're gonna be okay with the whole head thing.
I'll be fine. Don't get yourself all worked up. Don't start growing some sort of care for others suddenly. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine.
Absolutely. In my head, thinking more concerned about other things, but I mean, that's fine too. And I'm going to head off towards the bridge to go investigate myself what's happening over there, since Robin has been so descriptive.
A bit foggy. Call back later.
Like a weather update.
On your way out, you can see from a now open porthole that you see a planet in the distance, but you also see this void, is the best way to put it. It's not, the void of space. It's not, oh, I see a star field in the background. It's like, oh, there's stars and there's a planet, and then there's just like nothing. Just a big circle of nothing.
Like next to the planet, or
No, just like in the distance, sort of almost equidistant, in the
Hmm.
field of view that you happen to have. Planet, star field, nothing.
Well, that's concerning. So as I'm starting down the hallway towards the bridge, I'm gonna tap into Tace. I'll say, Tace,
Yeah.
um, what would you know about a large void existing in space? One, you know, like a space in space in which there were no lights, like stars or planets or anything like that.
Like a light absorbing nebula, or sorry.
Um,
What prompted this question?
I don't know. I things have been very stressful. I completely understand. So sightseeing has not been a large priority. But if you were to look outside for a moment, you might notice we're near a planet. I think the one we're trying to get to, maybe, if we're lucky. And then a large void.
Can I go to a porthole, or there's got to be some of those in the engine compartment, maybe. What do you think, Hollow? I gotta
Make that
go to
vitamin D
a porthole
somehow.
and try to see what she's talking about,
Sure.
since I'm not getting a ton from sensors, I guess, at this time.
Yeah. You don't see that. You see an asteroid and a planet. You don't see nothing and a planet.
What was it like toward the planet? I'm like looking around the edges, or like the asteroid, or like what I don't know. Can you be more descriptive?
I see no asteroid, correct? I
You
just
see
see
no asteroid. That is correct. Absolutely correct.
interesting. So we see the planet, no void, but you see an asteroid. Would you say it's to the left of this planet?
I don't know. Are we standing in the same plane at this point? I have no idea.
Let's find out.
Variable layout is down.
Let's find out. You think it's to the top of the planet from your perspective?
Kind of toward the top. I don't know. Like
Huh.
we're in space, right? Like I don't know. Like without our usual coordinate system, I think you're gonna struggle to describe anything quite. What if I?
Well, I see no asteroid. To give you a perspective, but I do see this
Okay.
large void, like behind the planet. It's not like close to us. Well, maybe not behind the planet. Like equally, it's hard to tell. It is a large void in the void of space. I'm sure you understand.
I don't understand. Okay, is there anything weird about this asteroid? I guess, Hollow.
I mean,
Like,
it's large. It's pretty large. I mean,
like, does it look? I don't know. Does it look like there is any kind of installation on it? Are there any lights? Regular
you
structures?
don't see any lights, but it would probably be large enough for that level of habitation. Sure.
Okay. Like I guess I would go back to my console and just try to like scrape together whatever kind of readings I can. Ask the servitor pilot if it's having any more luck than I am.
Well, the
Something
servitor pilot says
something about an
actually, the servitor
asteroid.
pilot wouldn't say anything.
It wouldn't. It could pass me readings if it got any, but I just say like something about an asteroid, or something about some kind of void, like either of those things. Are you getting anything?
It doesn't see either of those things. Like it's
Cool.
like giving you
Cool,
its
cool,
sensor
cool.
data. It doesn't see either of those things.
Cool, 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 cool. Are we headed toward this planet or this asteroid
Yes, you are
or
headed
whatever?
towards this planet as Floor can see the odd flapping of wings and the trailing of space dust from behind it.
It's maybe delusion, maybe it's real. I don't know. Very pretty either way. Well, I'm heading to the bridge to go assist Robin with the situation. So if you don't hear from me again, you are the most competent of this crew, if not a little unstable. So I entrust you with them if things go awry.
That's the greatest compliment anyone's ever given me.
Oh no!
I'm confident. I'm confident.
Oh no!
Amazing. I put my hand on the bulkhead again. I lean on the wall and I just kind of put my forehead against it. And I'm just like, I I don't know what to do next.
Well, you just hear some singing.
I hear singing. But it's not that horrible scream from before.
No.
Okay. Well then I feel like that's
Upgrade?
upgrade. Upgrade. Were there any bodies like in the hallway when I was running down here at
Strangely,
all?
no.
No? Okay. So where is everybody?
Good question.
It's like this ship should have had God, hundreds of people probably.
Yeah, it's true.
So there should have been there should at least be more bodies. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Shit. I think I have to go back to the Neurai compartment. Neurai area. Um I still have my backup strategy, in my back pocket here with the various bits of the ship, but I need to go back and I need to search some corpses for some gum.
As
It's very important.
as you are walking, you trip and fall, and you go and you come face to face with a body that has been webbed to the wall.
Did I not see it before?
No?
Oh, that's well, I think I kind of scrabble back like what the fuck. Oh, it's just like this, what, like cobwebs basically, like
More
spider webs.
not spider webs, more like the kind of like sticky webbing that people web themselves to seats with, but it's being used to just web a person.
Okay, but it's not like normally attached to a seat like it normally would be or whatever. It's just kind of
Right,
stuck to the wall.
right.
Okay, I think I kind of I get up and I approach them and I guess I kind of like I push the bot like are they alive? Like basically like I'm kind of like feeling for a heartbeat or breathing or something.
When you press your hand to check for a pulse or check for breathing, your hand slowly concaves their chest.
Ah, uh, 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 um, shit. Was this somebody I knew by any chance?
I mean,
Uh,
they were. I mean,
or
not no, but like
around,
they
yeah,
were
just
around.
rando. Okay.
Yeah, they were
Um,
around.
okay. This is really fucked up. I guess I should probably investigate this. I start trying to like pull the webbing down, I think.
When pulling the webbing down, you find that there's one, two, three, four, five people in this state. And it comes to mind that maybe you've been fairly isolated from the rest of the ship for the past few days. Like, you wouldn't have seen these people anyway.
Yeah, I've been kind of wrapped up in my own thing. But so they're like all in a row, or they're all like kind of clustered, or
Clu-
what's the? I'm trying to mentally image this. Clustered.
yeah, they were clustered around, and and if you squint hard enough, they're all over the place. They're all over the canopy. They're all over,
Just like
they're
down the hall, like
down the hall, and they're under the catwalks, and they're here. But they're all, if you pull away far enough, you find that there are green glass-like filaments that wire them to the bulkhead, kind of like circuitry almost.
guys, guy, I'm like calling group chat guys.
What is it?
The,
What is it, Taste?
I think I hit my head when the ship swerved, or when the engine shut down. I don't like I are you guys, did you see any weird webbing, like bodies, people? Like, isn't it really quiet? Where is everybody?
I look around as I walk down to see if I see anybody webbed on this hallway.
Yeah, I mean, a moth of this size takes so many people to crew, but all of your actions so far have been very, very one-to-one, very, very clustered, very scaled down. There are so many people who are missing, who are now above you, maybe even below you.
Are you talking to me or
I'm
her?
talking to Floor.
Okay.
But you swear that when you got here, you remember seeing these people walking around, and these people seem to have been here for a while.
It's a political effect.
Huh. I know I've only been on this ship for what I can only think of as about a day. However, I could have sworn I saw people manning this ship when I got here.
You were so certain.
However, they do seem to be stuck to the ceiling.
Oh shit, I'm not hallucinating.
And below me.
Hollow.
Yeah.
My Nirai power, remind me. I'm supposed to be able to sense what the state of the local calendar or whatever.
You are supposed to be able to sense the state of the local
So
calendar.
I would be able to feel it
Yes, you would
too.
be able
Like
to...
I think I wouldn't notice right away because I was going through a lot or whatever, but the calendar. The calendar's not here. It's gone. This is I just start like pulling on the webbing or whatever. This was a calendrical effect. Something was hiding these. What
Wait.
who was crewing the ship the whole time?
The crew.
I'm just like,
wait, are you suggesting the crew was a calendrical effect?
I don't know. We didn't teach us that in the academy. I don't know. Like maybe that weird ass, the sine wave, the alternate calendar. That I don't. Do you think that could have done something? I don't know what to. Fuck.
Oh.
If I can pull a body down, I'm just gonna kind of like start kind of gently touching them. Like I don't really want to look at their face, but like, how do they look? Like rotten, or like
They look desiccated. They would have rotted probably had it not been for the complete lack of fluids or essence or anything. But when you pull them down, each each filament of green snaps, and each snap is a very short, like Wilhelm style scream.
From the person I'm pulling down?
No,
or...
not from the person you're pulling down directly.
Okay.
From the filaments. It's like snapping piano wire. But it's a scream on every ping.
I'm like, yeah, that freaked me out really bad. So I'm not gonna try that again. But
every time the scream happened, you feel the calendar again for a brief second.
That's disorienting. I don't understand. I don't. They're just. So they're just like a mummy. They're just like dried out.
Yeah.
Like. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're in a Kell uniform.
But they're in a Kell uniform. But the squishy part was really the webbing. The webbing was squishy, but they were dry.
Okay.
It's like if you had silly putty covering a very crispy croissant.
What a delightful mental image. Thank you for that. Okay. I don't. I guess I'm a mess with a wire. I'm mad science or whatever. I'm gonna touch a wire. I'm gonna just like pick up a filament and like kind of poke it and mess around with it.
You poke at it and it's so thin. It's like obsidian. It pierces your finger almost immediately with the slightest touch, and you can feel just a brief thread of this person's life being stretched ever so thin until the context of their life no longer matters, because even in the perception of a good moment, it is horrible.
This is fucked up. It's fucked up. This whole ship has been fucked up since we got here. This is.
Listen, when I went, and I'm just saying this to the group chat. When as I am wherever I am, I assume I'm in a tube somewhere.
Crawling through a giant tube.
When I went, actually, I shouldn't even need to use it. Well, maybe variable layouts out, but it might be faster. Anyway, when I went and looked initially into Cal Blaine's mind, I saw a web of that gum connecting a lot of people, but there were a great many people shown in that vision.
Yes.
I don't recall it connecting absolutely everyone, but it was like they were all maybe under its auspice, which means that effect, maybe that secondary calendar, was generating the effects of the people because they were supposed to be here. Can the grid show us?
Well, there is no grid
people?
Power right now.
There is no grid power right now. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, gods and monsters.
I mean, we did the checks before to see if anybody who was still alive on the ship. And we got what we expected, I guess.
Yeah.
Mostly dead.
Yeah, mostly dead, which
well,
it was a surprise that they moved so fast. But
there weren't that many Kel left. Sorry,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I will separately, just making sure, I will ping the captain just to, as I'm proceeding, I'm just checking in again, and just be like, hey, Captain, is there, have the other two Kel that I summoned to sick bay arrived yet?
They're here, but they aren't in a good way. They're screaming about bodies in the walls.
Yes, apparently they're finding some out there, I think. Also, it's hard to say if how involved in everything in this. There's a web of something going on. There was some kind of, I don't know. Someone was trying to supplant the calendar locally, and many of the crew members may not have been here alive in the same way for some time.
That's a ridiculous claim. As they were tending to their own injuries, they walk out and there's no one in sickbay.
Wait, not even the 3 Kel?
Well, I mean the Kel, yes, but I mean everyone else who I've been treating, where are they?
If our suspicions are right, they were never there to begin with. What we've been seeing, we've been bamboozled into seeing things that aren't there.
I am pelting down to the Nirai deck as fast as I can.
And I send a message to Robin, and I'm just like, hey, if the doctrine officer is still alive, hey, maybe ask him about it. This seems about just as unhinged as he is.
You have no idea. It's at that point,
Ofcom, I'm like, I will soon.
slide out from you know how old consoles have just a little bit of space underneath?
Yep.
That's where he wants to start. Just slide out. Are you all dead?
I'm fine. No, says Jadao.
Madman, you still talkative? I take that as a maybe later. Though, honestly, it's times like these that I like to go with old-fashioned methodologies, as he pulls a karambit. So, we're going to play an old-timey game. It's called 20 Questions. And for everyone you don't answer correctly, I get to cut right along a nerve. So I know you're kind of discombobulated, whatever that exotic effect was that just, wiped out all your memories and has coded me in this. This is not the glitter I want.
Red and green. Now you look like a big old Christmas tree.
Yeah, this is just obscene. So I'm going to hand you over to my friend here in a second, but I gotta know. Got these reports of all these people being stuck to walls and desiccated. Is that your doing?
Note. I will write to him that this is a song that will burn heresies to ash.
Wrong answer. And just to the pinky fingertip, right on the nerve. Just go. And I need you to focus.
He screams. But the scream is not just physical. The scream is ephemeral. The scream cascades from the bridge across the ship when he screams. The bodies disappear, and the ship is crewed, and people are walking around for the duration of his scream. And Graydon, the world seems a little bit right for just a moment if it weren't for this damnable scream floating over everything.
Oh. He's shouting out. He's shouting out a calendar, isn't he? We have ships that do that. We put people on them, and we
Yeah.
we have
You've got propaganda shouters and calendars.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of cool stuff in Rahal land.
Yeah. So I'm imagining that that's like my thought is there's only one person on board who can do this.
Okay.
So I'm trying to climb
That wasn't
through.
the answer I was expecting, but it's an answer.
What's happening up there?
Oh, I'm just playing 20 questions with the old man. I got the first answer. That was the screaming. Apologies. I wasn't expecting to be so cacophonous.
He's trying to Yes, that's the problem. The cacophony is the problem. It always the problem. He's trying to assert his own calendar.
Yeah, but right now he's kind of indisposed. The only time the calendar asserts itself is when I poke a nerve. Quite literally. I wouldn't come to the bridge right now. I'm kind of in the middle of something. It's not pretty. It's not going to be pretty.
No, apparently not.
I like to imagine that Floor as soon as he says that like I find my way onto the bridge and I'm just like leaning against the doorway, just observing with my like big gun. It's like,
okie dokie.
The
So
whole thing with the gun might have been his, just so you'll know. If he's the one doing it to them.
I
that could be
suspect a lot of things that are going on with strange calendrical effects because this guy is, well, a math nerd. And a math nerd with delusions. Like most math nerds, but his are very specific. And again, shot him with a really strange gun. Fairly certain that one of his edges is now just like littered all over my jacket.
Yeah.
And just okay. So why were you headed to the Black Cradle? Oak.
My plans ascend where you would fall to fear, Shuos. And he screams again. And when he screams again, of course, the calendar asserts itself for a brief moment in time.
Okie dokie.
And of course, you get the ghosting of people being there and then not being there as the scream, fails and falters.
Okay, that tells me not a lot. Buddy, you want to give this a try? It's fun. I've gotten 2 of my 20.
I've never been good at torture necessarily.
That's surprising.
Yeah, a lot of people got assumptions about me. Yeah, that's all right.
But do you want to ask the madman some questions? We've got the rabbit. You bagged the rabbit.
We did bag the rabbit, but now everything is weird. Everything's is very weird, and honestly, I wish I was better at math.
Don't we all?
I think there's some kind of bliss in not being very good at it. It's like I know enough to not to know I don't know enough, but knowing nothing, that'd be fucking great.
But again, what questions would you like to figure with the madman while he is still with us?
Well, I mean, you're probably gonna get like 2 questions out of him. I mean, I shot him in the spine. For our actual treatment, he's gonna go soon. Shit. How about what's important about being here? Like all roads have led us to this spot in space. Why are we here?
Not the esoteric, but the precise. I'm guessing you heard him. Why did you bring us here, of all places?
He looks up at at a porthole and says, the stars are right here. I can see the path. I can see the path.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice that you can see things. Though, considering all the things that you've done, I'm fairly certain that whatever I do to you will be looked on by High Command as a mercy. I'm very tempted to take your eyes right now, but I feel that's a step too far even for me. So, I've got a better idea. Oh, Captain, my Captain, please tune into the current chat. We need your expertise on the bridge. We've got a trader here that needs immediate medical attention. Otherwise, the information that he possesses will die with him.
Fucking hell.
By the by, please don't trip on any of the bodies.
Oh, the phantom bodies or the non-phantom body? You know what? I'll be right fucking there. Oh, fuck.
Immediately see some bodies.
As he just like pats the hole in the cheek, we're going to save you. And then I'm going to find the most overeager Vidona to just play with you.
He's
cleans off the karambit, sheathes it. Now, considering we're in a dead zone, and the fancy gun, definitely appreciate. Don't really like it, but appreciate it. Will not work on you. How will we get you back on ice?
I wasn't really counting on that. I mean, I guess you could make him scream and then shoot me while he's screaming. Like that's the best I got. It's the best I've got.
Nah, I've got a better idea. Just do me a favor and look at the porthole.
Oh man, come on, really, man. Even though the body's under the porthole, I can still see you. I've got 360 on this shit. Right?
I know. I'll make a wonderful kissy face, and I just immediately put him in a chokehold. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
All right, you put the arch trader to sleep. The shadow still moves, though. You put the body to sleep. The shadow's just kind of moving around, like, yeah.
That's fucking disconcerting.
And without a calendar, which is even more disconcerting. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not like any of this, and I am not getting paid fucking enough.
Oh, I doubt you were being paid.
Well, I was actually getting pretty decent pay.
Hell pay.
Well, no, I was also getting the cover operative pay, so it was just like, good. Also, all the stuff that I could steal. There's so much on the ship.
And Dowd says it's good to know the shields are still broke.
Some things just never change. there was plenty of things that just go missing. In fact, if you want to better arm yourself, I know that's a very fancy laser, but the diplomat's quarters next to yours, check under the couch.
It's always the couch.
All right.
Just don't go in the shower.
Just don't go in the shower. And I think it's a good time to go to break.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break as we try to figure out what reality is. We will, spoilers, we won't have any idea even when we come back. But we will see. I'm going to throw an interview on from a little while back, and we will see you shortly.
All right.
Welcome to the break. I have Trooper SJP with me today to talk about all manner of things. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yay.
All manner of things.
All manner of things. But one thing I wanted to start out with, though, is just you do streaming and a great deal of RPGs. How did you get into streaming in the first place?
It must have been 5 or so years ago when I was watching Geek and Sundry, and that's what got me into streaming. I mean, I wasn't one of the old video game Twitch folks. I got into it through RPGs, and I was watching Geek and Sundry, and that sort of led me to Hyper, which led me to one particular. And I was doing sort of community stuff, and that led me to one of their GMs, and I became a mod in her channel, and Random Tuesday, she's great. And the thing that happened was that I thought, well, this would be fun, but I can't stream because I'm a teacher, and that might be weird. Like, what if my students find me? Like, I just don't know. I don't know if I could do that. It just might not be logistically feasible. And then she ended up streaming on her own channel. She's just started streaming, not just through Hyper RPG, but on her own. And I became a mod, and I thought, she is not only a teacher, she's like a middle school, elementary school teacher. Like, and I'm teaching university students who cares? They're all, you know what I mean? Like, if they actually see me, it probably wouldn't make a big difference. And seeing her do it and having someone that I could ask questions to and figure out, okay, well, what are the logistics? How does one do this? Like, how do you deal with, because this streaming is not just, can you get the tech up, but it's also, okay, well, do I have to worry about my students finding me? How do you manage the emotional part? And having a model of somebody who was able to create a community and sort of manage it well made me think, oh, yeah, no, I can do this. And I started off easy mode, doing streaming through my PS4, because the PS4 has a button, and I don't actually have to know. I didn't have to know how to do OBS or anything like that, and that just started it. And from there, I figured out how to do OBS, and then from there, like little bit by little bit, I was able to work through it. And I mean, what's interesting to me is that it's a much larger. There's a lot more to it than one might initially think. Especially, are you going to have a Discord and sort of try to do community building through that as well on top of it? Will you do games, RPGs? How are you going to sort of think about getting art or not for sort of setting everything up? What kind of experience do you want to have? And I suppose, what kind of streamer do you want to be? And I learned that there are these streamers who play, I don't know, Fortnite, and they have 18 million viewers every time they show up, and they also stream 80 hours a week. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That won't be, that is interesting, but not interesting for me. And people always say things like, oh, if you want to be more popular, you could stream these things. And I was like, I'm going to stream what's interesting. And then I think what's great about that is that you then cultivate a community who is there for that. And then you can stream the kinds of things that you're interested in and get a community of people who are also interested in those things. And it's just nicer.
Cool. Now, I see that, speaking of getting into streaming communities, I was looking through your website, and I see that you did a newsletter for one of the, was it a Hyper RPG show?
It was, yes.
It was for their Shadowrun game?
Yes.
Would you like to talk about it a little bit?
Sure. So you know how some people are, there are different types of gamers out there, and I have always been um, a sort of a character-driven simulationist gamer, whereas I'm really interested in the world itself and how people interact in that world. And one of the things I've always loved to do as a GM is, depending on the setting, is create newspaper stories. Because I like to, rather than having a set plot that I do, I tend to have a world, and there are people in the world who have plots they have going on, but who knows what will happen. And I really like to have a world where the players impact the world both in small and large ways. And I always wondered, well, how do I let the players know in an organic way the ways in which they're impacting the world? And having a newspaper was one of those ways that I would do it, where I would sort of come out with a newspaper every couple of sessions that would sort of mark in these small and subtle ways the ways in which they've impacted the world, as well as have plot hooks. And so for this game, which I loved, I thought, well, what could I do? And what I decided to do was to create a reporter character who was in the world that the show was set in. And I thought, okay, here's a person. The challenge for myself is to write stories based on only what was happening in the public of that game. So any kind of conversations happening behind closed doors, a reporter would never know about. But if there's a firefight downtown on the freeway, a reporter would know about that. And then sort of writing these stories that would sort of inform the community that had grown up, because there was a bit of a metagame in that particular RPG as well, where viewers could sort of do faction turns. And so I was reporting on the faction turns, and I was reporting on all the public things, and other people became really inspired, and they would also submit stories. And it was just this kind of neat sort of in-game world to show in some ways the ways in which the average person on the street might view Shadowrunners, PCs, and the ways in which that might impact regular folks. And that was really fun. And that was a big project in the end, to sort of put out a newspaper every week. But it was good. It was really good. That was great fun. And that was one of my first my personal big entrance as more than just a viewer for a streamed community.
It's a very interesting thing, really, because it's just and I think it just shows how early on we still are with this whole medium, that it can be that engaging. But I haven't heard of many streams doing something like that as of yet. Yeah. But it's very cool. It's very cool.
And it's all about, I think, that's all about player investment, right? Yeah. Or viewer investment, and the different ways in which you can get viewer investment. And I think Hyper RPG does a lot, but a lot of the ways in which shows will generate viewer investment is through donations, but that's not the same thing as having viewers create things. Yeah. And how do you create a show that allows viewers to create things without negatively impacting the campaign? Yeah. Which can happen in all sorts of ways. I mean, I've seen shows where people are able to donate, and donate will get you things, but what that ends up doing is skewing. Like, well, now the players have 18 advantage things, and you're like, well, that's going to be a little bit rough, or trolling happens or whatever. So ways in which you can get a healthy engagement that encourages players to sort of take on the living world and sort of, what did that actually really well? Mm-hmm. It was Shield of Tomorrow had this Discord channel, which was Shield of Tomorrow was a Star Trek RPG on Geek and Sundry. Mm-hmm. And they had in their Discord, they had an RP set of RP channels, and the players would just sort of make up crew members for this sort of Star Trek ship that were on different shifts, right? So they were never seen, but they were around. And then the cast, the GMs, saw who they were and then noted them down. So like, oh yeah, so the person who's on shift 3 is so-and-so, and would like name check these people that the viewers had sort of created. And ways in which you can interact that way, I think I'm really excited to see how that can go.
Me too, absolutely. Very much looking forward to how this whole medium evolves as time goes on. Well, thank you very much for coming and chatting with us for a bit. If folks want to find you online, where should they go?
Ooh, you can find me on Twitch at TrooperSJP, which is where I do my streaming. You can find me at Academic Foxhole on Twitter, where I speak randomly about things inconsistently, intermittently, and oddly, and too verbosely. You can find me in either of those places.
We encourage verbosity on this channel. Excellent. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to throw things back over to me, or possibly to a video graphic of some kind if we're still backstage panicking, which we probably are. But in the meantime, we will see you later. We have returned. Despite everything. Here we are. And the terrorists shall commence.
Commence? They've been going.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's commencing. Instead of beginning. What are we doing?
What are you doing? Well, you have summoned a doctor who comes in short order. People can reconvene in their various ways if they like, or people can get to their various locations. As the doctor will show up with an auto stretcher, load up, stabilize and load up this asshole, and put him and cart them away. What occurs while that is happening is that a book falls out of the robes of Rahal Lohan.
Oh. I'll take that. Let's see here. Is this just mad rambling and math? Who am I giving this to?
Some mad rambling, some math, some drawings, and a odd pen that seems to telescope.
Okay, so I need to give this simultaneously to the nerd and the Rahal. Got it. You
Yep.
want to put it down here?
Well, I'm down in Nirai. I'm trying to get to the Nirai, kind of quarters area to see if the bodies were real, essentially. So I'm not there.
Yeah, and down in Nirai town, some bodies were real, some bodies were never there.
There are decidedly fewer bodies here than there were last time.
Yes.
I just kind of pick my way through the corpses and start searching them for gum. I kind
of somebody's got it bad when you're searching dead bodies for crack.
Yeah. It's very important that I talk to the ship, or whether or not I was hallucinating before. It's very important that I get any information I possibly can, and it feels like my hallucinations have been somehow relevant to what was going on. And I need to see what else I can learn.
Yeah, you find some gum, and you find it not in a pocket, but in the hand. Well, you find the open canister and one in one piece in the hand of a dead Narai, like they were going to bliss out before they bled out on the floor and died before they could make it happen.
It's rough. Yeah, I definitely pick up that piece of gum and just kind of wipe it off on my sleeve. It's like, okay. And I just sit down and I take it immediately.
There is a darkness that envelops you mentally. Not physical darkness. We haven't gotten that far yet.
Great.
And you can see all the people who should be here trying to walk through their daily lives, and now they are afraid. They're stuck. They don't know what to do. They want to activate a console, but they can't. They want to go to the mess hall, but they can't. They want to, they want to make a sandwich, but they can't. They want to eat pickled vegetables, but they can't. Nothing is working. Their realities aren't working. Because they believe they are committing themselves to whatever moment in time that they're in. And you can see as they are locally for themselves imagining or maybe even generating a ship to be in and failing to interact with it.
Ghosts.
And in the midst of all of this is this ragged breathing. And you see a broken and bloodied Rahal Lohan with a conductor's baton, trying his best, putting on his best wizard pose, you know, because conductors make the best wizard reference photos.
I take a few steps toward him, I think, and then I just kind of I look around. I'm like, Shattered Skies. What is this? Why are they here? What happened to them? Where are we going?
It's all over me. It's through me. It's in me.
That is that good?
He's been trying to steal my voice, steal my song. The Rahal steal it the most. They steal our songs and project them from here to there. This song is different. It's so different. This song has needles and spurs and thorns, and it cracks my carapace and shreds my wings. This wrong song.
I walk up to Rahal Lohan, who the vision of Rahal Lohan that I see, and I just say, "Hey, asshole!" and I just shove him in the chest.
As you shove him in the chest, Pope, it's like he's having a heart attack right in front.
I'm helping.
He shouldn't be doing that, should he?
No, he shouldn't. As you know, and there's a moment where he's just like, you push him and he's teetering, and then he goes back to just his broken body trying to conduct this song. Every person here is a sphere that moves in concert with his baton as it glitters like starlight.
Yeah, I'm clearly taking that baton away. I just, I might not be like strong or fast or whatever, but he's kind of messed up, and I just grab it. I just grab it and try to pull it out of his hand.
And he's stable, he's sedated, but his eyes shoot wide open, and he's
It's Betty by time. It's Betty by time. No. No heart attacky. No. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Sleep.
Oh, that's fucked up. Anyway. Do I have a baton?
You do have a baton.
Okay, it didn't just like disappear when I grabbed it away or anything.
I mean, no, it's just here in your hands.
Okay. What do I I like wave it around wildly for a second. I want to see if the sparkles come out.
Sure, you wave it around wildly, and you can feel as the calendar very violently asserts itself in the ship.
Sorry. Whoopsie.
I'm just expecting like poor poor Graydon. Like everything's grayscale. There's too many colors.
Now
Grayscale.
Great, now everything's in Technicolor. As the calendar violently asserts itself. But the worst thing is probably the Greek chorus of people, of bodies singing about the ship is really probably the most disturbing thing, probably.
Oh, that's new.
Holy heck! Have I made it to the drill room yet?
You have made it to the drill room, and there are Kel wrestling with each other and running from something you cannot see. Actually, no. Right now, you can see all the spiders. You can see all of the rats. You can see all of the things they're running from. Because when Kel are put in first formation, they are put in there with their fears and told not to break step. Because if you break step with your fellow Kel, you are not Kel. You are meant to hold the line. But you see all these fears manifest in the room, almost like a storm of vermin.
Well, there's a calendar up. I'm going to try something stupid.
Yay! I can't be the only one.
So, this is a bunch of vermin. So what we need right now is an exterminator. So, I think what I'm going to do is I can see this happening. I can see that their fears are being brought into them. I know it's not real, and I know it's this false calendar. So what I'm going to see, try to visualize, and I don't know if I've ever tried to shout scry before, as it were, but I'm going to try to sing out the appropriate calendar, and I'm visualizing it as basically a calming mist that does not affect humans, but is supposed to put vermin down. Basically, is sort of what I'm looking for. A thing that is, it's basically the anti-rat bug spider. And see, the term insecticide isn't the right term here exactly, but you know what I'm sort of getting at. It's I'm trying to, and as I do so, sort of in my mind, I'm trying to sing it out, and I'm saying, "Attention, everyone, form up," and I'm trying to key into their
Formation instinct.
Yes, the formation instinct.
All right.
And yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
I tell you what, I want you to roll against the current discordant calendar. If you've ever sung in a chorus, there are times when someone's in your ear, and it might be hard to sing the note you're trying to sing because you might be thrown off by someone else, especially if they're in a different section than you. I personally, in my own life, sometimes wear an earplug in my ear if I'm on the edge of a different section.
Yeah. So I've got my 3, and I would like to, if I may, use my signifier, which is people are not tools, they are instruments.
Yes.
And right now I see them being used as tools. That's another 2. I have an edge, the cacophony ends, which I am viewing this errant calendar as the cacophony. And my new edge is I've read the entire libretto. I know the proper calendar. I know what this should be. And if I may, I also, since I'm trying to key onto their formation instinct, I'm wondering if there's anything in there that might help.
Sure,
If
you
they-
can get some environmental dice from that.
Excellent. So if I get a die from that, as I'm trying to basically push the choir down the right path by loudly singing against this cacophony. And so it's just basically like it's like it's like trying to start up an old hymn, basically, as this goes. Everyone form up. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 8 dice. Here we go. Okay. 1s, 2s, and 3s are successes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and a 6.
All right.
So I am now. I guess I'm kicked up to. I'm kicked up to 4.
All right. You sing your notes. You establish the real calendar, the true calendar, as you see it. This isn't all about perspective. Anyway, you sing loud and strong and clear with confidence and resonance. And things right themselves. And as they do, everyone who's about, you can see as the webbing peels and bodies fall to the floor.
Bodies fall to the floor. Quick question: are any of these dozen still alive right now?
Oh, they're alive.
Oh, good. Are they
They're
in webbing right now, or are they these bodies,
they're
or are
real.
these?
They're real. Their fear was necessary. It was like a generator.
But are they like all unconscious right now, or are they?
No, they are very just kind of
Okay. So these are other bodies that are from.
Yeah, other bodies about the ship. Because first
Okay.
they were singing in a dread chorus about the ship with open mouths, but then they suddenly fall to the floor. Like
Okay.
body-sized hailballs as they drop from ceilings and fall from walls.
All over the ship?
All over the ship. Ooh.
Just basically, now that I have their attention, hopefully, form up, troops. We are needed. It is an emergency situation. Let us head to the medical bay. And I'm going to turn around and, much like hopefully, a band leader, I'm going to march them down the corridor, and I'm going to try to impose the calendar on the layout so that we can just get there.
And like Moses, you part a sea and walk along in variable layout as you sing along the calendar's true notes. I think almost everyone's in or near the medical bay except for Tace.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what happens to me when the real calendar is asserted. Since I'm in the middle of some anti-calendar shenanigans.
Well, it's just you. All those people are missing now. It's just you. You and the limp body of your favorite Rahal.
You know, you caused a lot of problems. And I don't know what exactly this dream means, but I want you to stop causing them. And I try to break the baton.
It's The intent of breaking the baton is more important than the strength to do so.
Good, because I'm not strong.
And as you break the baton, tiny fractal moths all fly away. And you wake up.
Oh, I was gonna
With
kick
bodies.
him.
Huh?
I said I was gonna kick him. No, that's fine.
With bodies all around you. You are in a perfect circle of bodies.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. Um, uh, guys, I would be able to sense the calendar again, right?
Yeah,
It's been real established. Okay,
You establish you are very aware of the clocks,
right,
the hexarchic clock being wound up.
right. That's like the calendar is under strain at this time. I think is
Yes.
how I would sense it. That things are still terribly wrong, but have been temporarily locally righted. Um, okay. I think shit. Um, I start rooting around a little more because I might want some gum in my pocket later or whatever. But I'm just like, guys, I think I blacked out for a second there. It seems like the calendar came back. Are you what's going on?
Can I multitask enough to communicate while this is going
Sure.
on? All right.
Sure.
This is sort of in the midst of this, like, you're just gonna hear back. I'm bringing the troops to the med bay.
Oh, good. I'll meet you there. In a minute. And I keep rooting around a little more.
You find 2 gums.
Two
That's it.
gums.
Two.
Okay, I put those in my pocket and I make for the med bay. I assume that variable layout is going to help me a fair amount if no one else is once Graydon is already there.
Yes.
So I can get there pretty quick.
And for the first time in a long time, you're all
We're actually all together.
Yeah.
together again.
I have like the arch trader's current anchor over my shoulder.
You can see as
The book and pen in the other.
and the shadow is just kind of moving around it. Mm-hmm.
I look like I've been punched in the face. I'd say like I have like a like big bruise down the side of my face and like some crusted blood and stuff. But as soon as I see that shadow, I'm like, whoa, okay.
Unconscious, don't worry,
okay.
and we're going to keep him that way.
Okay, good. What is that though?
I think you should get a sedative before I tell you.
Maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I just don't want to know.
By the way,
Show us business.
here's a book written by a madman with some math in it. I need you and Graydon to take a look at it and try and suss out what it all means. I'm going to go and put this somewhere safe.
Is the captain here?
Captain's here. You're here. The troops are here.
Captain, and I just sort of marching them all in. Captain, you're here. And do I have to keep something I need to know? Do I need to keep concentrating to keep the calendar up, or will the calendar hold if I stop concentrating?
Do you think the calendar will hold if you stop concentrating?
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, well, that was something. If I may, Captain, take a moment to assist with this, I say, gesturing toward Robin in the book.
At your leave, Commander? Sure.
Commander?
Going up in the world.
Oh,
Wow,
and you turn, you see that I'm wearing a
gone for
Kell
a while.
uniform with the with the epaulets. And
The
it's
world
just like
is topsy-turvy.
it says, I had to brev it in to I say, just sort of gesturing back behind me to the troops.
Just as long as you don't end up like the last commander, everything's good.
Yes, that was unfortunate.
I'm a Shuos for a day, you're a Kel for a day or something. I don't know what's going on exactly. I assume that Floor is somehow reviving the ancient Lioge heresy or something. I don't know what's going on now. Just everything's weird. I don't know. But I'll look at this book. Just kind of paging through it like
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess there is some math in here, but I mean,
look through with you just sort of as we're doing it.
The most prominent thing is a poem that has a lot of math around it, and there are some annotations to other pages.
I guess I start taking images with my augment and kind of putting together a mental, corkboard with tax and red string, etc., and try to collate these footnotes.
Yes, the poem reads as such: the world, no, the universe is but a fractured symphony, 1,000 notes in discord, wild, untamed. You cannot hear the music of the spheres, but I will be the conductor who wields the baton now. The lattice quakes beneath failing chords, its harmonies I see dissolved in disarray. Yet from this chaos I shall write anew, a perfect aria of law fulfilled. Each life a note, each soul a measured beat, the weak shall fall as dissonance is purged. They will call me cruel, but yet I am the key to tune this broken hymn of an empire to timeless grace. The stars themselves shall bow before my collected songs, banners unfurled. Their light will be a cadence answering my will. I've plucked the strings from the forbidden cradle to find the truth. A melody the blind could never see. All cries, but a basin to my refrain. All breaths, fleeting rest between the bars. And as I descend in rage, their fury will form the thunder in my march. What is a sacrifice if not a chord, resolved within the greater masterpiece? Each drop of blood, but a crimson note to ink the ledger of eternal rhyme. Now watch as I compose a symphony perfect, boundless law. Though you may curse the scales I've set to rise, one day you will sing the anthem of my name.
So he was not mentally well. But I would say that he was, just fantasizing, but here we are in this incredibly messed up situation. So could he really have put all this together? The weird the weird green threads between the bodies and the webbing and everything, like could this all have been him?
You are the investigator and you're the scientist. You tell me.
I don't. Can I start looking at the references and stuff? Like I'm looking at his little doodles and his references to other pages and stuff. Like I'm pulling in whatever math I see, trying to make sense of it.
Sure, his math is based in sociology, which is odd to say from a not as odd to say from a real world data science standpoint, but to chart people like variables is really where the the things get hoary.
Mm.
Charting their movements, charting different remembrances, reactions to remembrances, and so yeah, this is a lot of sociological math. But the most interesting thing was a trip that he references to a planet that's maybe not so far away, where he was inspired by a quaint quirk of calendrical irregularity, is what he calls it.
Whatever
But
he's
what I
trying to do, he's doing it from trying. It was important that he do it from here.
would I be able to link that planet to the planet we saw outside?
Yeah.
Oh, instruments are up again. I go to a console. We're on the oh, if I can use the captain's emergency console or whatever. I kind of go over and then I look at the captain. I'm like, may I?
Like, I'm drinking. Leave me alone, I'm drinking.
I pull up sensors. I look for the planet. I try to figure out where we are, and I look for that asteroid too.
Yeah, the asteroid that you totally can see is there. Graydon, this is the Black Cradle's totally over there.
Oh no! Wait, is this asteroid in orbit around this planet?
It is. It is. It is.
Ah.
It is.
Ah. Okay.
What's the planet called? Write it down.
It is not named in any of the charts, but
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
But he calls it memory.
Memory.
Planet Memory. I'm positive that's not its actual designation, but we'll go with that. He saw some kind of calendrical irregularity here. I guess I would need to start taking some scans and stuff to try to figure out what the hell he was talking about.
I wouldn't scan. You don't want that kind of record here.
I already started scanning. Should I stop?
Yes, you should.
Okay, I stopped the scans. What did I get from the scans while I was scanning?
I mean, well, you see that the planet is supposedly within calendrical norms. However, there is something about the planet that almost looks like a different sine wave.
Is this? I will ask you. How does this compare to that false calendar that was being projected?
It's similar, but it's not just trying to sing the same song in a different register. This is just a different note that's odd compared to the rest of the universe.
Okay.
Well, the rest of the galaxy.
So this planet is under effectively a different calendar.
Effectively, but it uses, let's say it is scored by the same calendar, but it has a different different part.
Okay. So kind of like each locality has its own was it own weeks and holidays and such?
Right. Well,
but this is a bigger, yeah.
Yeah, each locality should. The only thing you can really say calendrically in the Hexarchate about your own local calendar is nothing dictates how many days are in your week.
Yeah. But this is, I assume, is a bigger variation than that.
It's a bigger variation than that.
Okay. Can we at least see if does it extend to encompass the asteroid?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right.
You're going to want to destroy what you got.
Well, look at where we are, dude. Like we are in deep shit no matter what at this point. I'm trying to understand why the hell we're here.
Okay.
I'm getting some weird harmonics in the
Yeah, though
in the
that
calendrical readings.
We need
That
to
is
we,
bad.
we need to be able to talk about what's happening here. All right.
Oh, crap.
There's something weird with the asteroid. There's something weird with the planet.
Right.
I mean, the
Well,
planet doesn't
I-
even have a name. Like,
Okay.
it's interdicted, right? You said that.
the asteroid is a project that we're not supposed to know about.
Okay, well, I don't think we're supposed to know about any of the shit that's happened here. So,
Are we in?
and also for just for the record, I am Shuos for a day. I have a lot of permissions right now, so maybe you can tell me without getting in trouble. Just saying.
Well, I mean, ways to wipe the mind. Okay. That asteroid, as you so quaintly put it, is a Kel Black site. Actually, it's the Kel Black site.
Okay. So what? They're
It's-
prisoners, torture cells. I don't know what goes on there.
Is
You know,
it
different
every
than the
single-
remembrances.
is it just
picture-
us in this part, this room, wherever we are? Can we?
Yeah, I mean, yes, you have some
I'm
questions.
gonna herd us into like a
Okay,
separate room,
yeah,
so it's
we'll
just
go into
Yeah,
separate.
so it's
for
just
the
the
sake of-
PCs basically.
Yeah,
Um,
Sure.
for the sake of privacy and the fact that you're a competent people. Yeah, you've moved this aside.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
That's it's yes. That's I suspect where I turn to Robin, where your friend came from, came out of.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that he originated from there.
What,
But
Lon? Okay.
Not
The
Lon,
person
the
inhabiting
shadow
Lon.
that is tied to Lon.
Yes.
Lon isn't Lon. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
No,
no,
Lon-
no, he's not.
Lon is Lon, but Lon is extra.
Okay.
So this
Lon is right now a duplex.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
sure I've seen weirder in stories of psych surgery out there. Seems like you should get that looked at.
yes, it is a project
but-
involving psych surgery. Absolutely, his mother probably prepped him for
Oh,
what-
that's even more fucked
for
up than I
this.
thought.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's the problem. His mother, and I just sort of look at it, and again, I'm assuming I'm reading taste for anyone who needs to into this whole thing. Yes, his mother. So you will all know, his mother is Nurai Wen, and
Oh.
she also, rather personally, she did the. Let me see if I can get this in here. Who did she personally also do the inject the formation instinct into? There was someone she personally injected, but I can't remember if it was
believe it
Blaine
was the
there
Crash
or
Hawk.
if it was or if it were it was okay, it was the Crash Hawk, right? Okay.
Yep, the crash off.
Okay. All right. So Keldanis. So she oversaw the injection of the formation instinct into Keldanis, which of course did not take. And so she is involved in the Black Cradle project.
Oh,
They are trying. The part of the project involves creating the perfect general. It seems that they have a template, as apparently their idea of perfection is the immolation fox.
that's not good. That's very not good.
That guy who killed like everybody?
Yes.
Also,
How-
he's absolutely terrible at math, so I don't know why they would want to make him general.
Okay, so was he here to fuck things up? I don't understand.
That's an
Uh,
interesting question.
I believe that the calendrical fuckery of Rahal out there caused him to wake up. He wasn't
Oh,
supposed to wake
so just a wild card of some sort.
up. I think that some of the deeper programming, not by the ones that actually want to necessarily use him, um, caused a hiccup.
Huh.
I see.
Well, he
I-
would.
Very strange, because with the timing, you wouldn't think. I suspect that he was inhabiting the Blaine's father, perhaps, at around the time that what happened to Bramble Fortress happened to it. I don't know if that's true or not. But,
Don't know. Don't have that kind of clearance.
yeah.
But
Well, it's just that with the timing, it makes sense that he did his job and then they collected him.
I mean,
But
makes sense, as you said.
does that line up with the
I mean, it does line up.
with though I mean with Lon's assignments? Would they have had time to take him out of
No, they
Blaine's
wouldn't have
dad?
had time to decant him.
Varys?
So there is a discrepancy there. Like, there's some places where if Lon had the immolation fox, then he would have overlapped with his dad. So there's
Yeah.
something screwy.
with his okay. All right. So the timing doesn't work out for that. So unless there's like somehow there's
I observed something else when talking with the fox.
mhm.
He kept trying to assert that he is himself, and I know what I would do if I were in this situation with all this power and trying to have a mayhem hurricane in a box that I can just unleash when I need to. I would have multiple. I wouldn't have one.
Tarnation. Okay. What do you think the odds are? I don't know if it's quite this bad. I hope it's not this bad. But I'm wondering now if all of these different descendants, what if all of these different descendants of Fowler are copies of the immolation fox, just latently?
That would make sense. I mean, you could, if you want to say overthrow everything, you can just or assert control. You could just trigger them when you needed to.
Blaine out there could turn into one at any, just given the right signal.
Again, trigger phrase, or in fact, a mild alteration of the calendar in some way, shape, or form, given what we saw previously.
Probably only because we isolated him that it didn't happen to him too. Maybe.
Don't know. Could be a different trigger phrase for each one. A level of
True.
security.
There was actually, yeah. If we've got the grid up, hang on. Let me look at my chart. Is our Kel? What is the status of Kel Scarlet and Kel Humphrey?
I mean, they're okay. Sleeping.
There,
Supposedly.
yeah. Now, Grid's telling me that the other two offspring that we're aware of on this ship are in their quarters asleep now. Now it's showing me that.
Well, I think a strongly worded suggestion to the captain about, summoning those two along with, our other prospective fox and just sedating all of them
I have to wonder, do you think
Be good.
Lohan knew about this? Is that might that be part of the reason why?
Lohan
Oh no, you're right, Blaine. Oh, no. Sorry.
had goals.
Right, Blaine wasn't. But he was related to the. Yeah. There, go ahead. Sorry.
Blaine should be safe. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Sorry about that. Yeah. Blaine was.
But-
I was getting it mixed up. But he is the son of someone who did have, possibly, if my guess is right, did have
Yes.
Jadao in them.
Yes.
So
Yes, that was
there-
established.
yeah. So there is a connection there. It's just hard to know whether. Yeah. Blaine might be safe. And so great to leave in.
There
In
could
fact,
be Jadao.
Yeah.
There could be Jadao copies all over the place.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if
And-
this is some kind
yeah.
of widespread operation.
Now copy right now.
I mean, again, if it were me, I would have multiple redundant agents and I would make sure that they were spread out, unless I needed an actual, like, specific strike team with redundancies, in which case I would stack the bodies and just make sure that they had different triggers. Like, for instance, should the first one that activates goes down, the second one activates and it does so in a series. That's what I would do.
Hmm.
So, do we think that there is a second Jadao now wandering the ship? Since I just kind of gesture to Nirylon, just gesture to the conceptually Nirylon outside that door.
Considering that the threat was that he wanted me to lead him to and then help him put down, that threat has been neutralized. So I don't necessarily think one's active, but should we try to venture to that rock out there, I am fairly certain that they'll all activate.
Yeah, best to keep them from heading down there. That means then
That means we need to get the fuck out of here and pretend like all this never happened.
I don't know if we can do that.
we still have our mission.
Can we? I don't even know what the mission was. We're never going to know. We're waiting at
The mission was,
mission's
and I'm actually just
deployed.
going to freaking open the file.
Oh, we finally get to find out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
committing my heresy. The system works
There it
best when the
is.
truth is applied.
Yes,
I'm committing my heresy in front of everyone. I think I get XP for that.
you do get XP for that.
Yes.
Yes. You get XP for committing that heresy in front of everybody. You open the file. The file tells you that you are to investigate and potentially neutralize a community of heretics on this planet because of their, again, calendrical irregularities. Now, that's not even that's pretty standard fare, but they want you to investigate and actually collect data first, which is a little odd for any team that has to go and because I mean you've got the perfect team here. You had a Vidona, you had a Rahal for proper, you had a ship full of Kel in case you needed to go garden stomp some shit. You've got a Narai for math. It's a very good team that was all put together for data collection and extraction, and then for the subsequent boot to neck to apply boots to necks once you've collected all you've needed.
Seems like they could have just briefed us at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
They
just going to
could
say,
have,
well,
but the
that's our system
culture
for you.
culture of secrecy, man. Anyway,
culture of secrecy, but also the person who wanted you to collect all the data was signed on the order Narai Wen and Rahal.
shit.
Oh, wait.
Shit.
Narai Wen and Rahal Lohan?
Yeah, it's right there on the order.
Shit.
If they're working together, oh God.
Was somebody backstabbing someone else in this situation? Very unclear to me at this
There-
point.
All right.
There's
Lot-
there's
lot-
there's office politics going on here that are just way over my level.
We get
at
to
this
the-
point.
We get to the bottom. All right. Okay. All right. Maybe there was. Oh no. Okay. Right. They could have been. Yes. It's possible. It's just possible. Sorry. This is a sort of a strange romance intrigue thing, he says, just sort of looking over at Floor. This might be of interest. So the Rahal Lohan's family has been in a battle with the family of Rahal Fowler for some time. Narai Wen was the married to Rahal Fowler and is no longer. They were together. They were coupled. Since then, I suspect now she is no longer working with him. Things must have changed. So the groups shift. Oh, good Lord. I have to go back to my notes and shift everything around again, as the groups aren't quite what I thought they were.
Are you suggesting that Narai, when is involved romantically with Rahal Lohan, or at least was?
I don't know, maybe, but she might want revenge on her
X.
ex. Yes, that's the term they're saying. They're just calling them exes nowadays. Yes.
Interesting.
The various pieces of math in the notebook, do they actually add up to anything, or is it just the scribblings of a dilettante who with delusions of grandeur?
I mean, it's solid calendrical math. I mean, it looks insane because it's all based around a similar but different calendar. There's a lot of plans for, there's a lot of math around about boosting the range of Nexus fortresses, to encompass more territory, but the strain that would require a lot more energy than the Empire actually outputs for these sorts of things. You would need sort of some kind of battery, or you would need more heretics, or you would need to turn people into heretics on a whim.
So I was just trying to figure out what he was doing, but it seems like everything I'm gathering here is that whatever he was trying to do was probably going to involve sacrificing a significant amount of the population of the Hexarchate.
Significant amount of the population of the Hexarchate, or strategically sacrificing the right people to create cascading calendrical spikes.
Okay.
Because there's two ways to go about that.
Yeah. So I guess I would probably explain that, and then whatever I didn't know about the positioning of everybody else or whatever. I'm not sure how much that was explained to me, but if
we're getting into it now,
whatever positioning of the different ships or whatever. So you're
members of that family tree. Members of that family tree, yeah.
Specifically, people he didn't like for family feud reasons or whatever. He was putting them in specific places in order to sacrifice all of them at once.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing here.
That's what it seems. Yeah, I think so. So.
Oh,
and I mean that
that complicates things further, because that means he has to have agents on each of those vessels to do things in a coordinated fashion.
I'm just like, that's genius. That's so fucked up. That's incredible.
When you say that, I would like you to move the Hexarchate clock up 2 clicks, please.
2 clicks. Okay, great.
Oh shit.
You can, because you have your resident Narai here, you can feel that strain just start.
9, 10.
I think I would like I'd have like a little bit of a headache, but I would mainly be looking at my instruments. Like stuff is starting to like warp, I think. Like something is warping under the strain. And I'm just like, guys, hey, whatever you did to assert the calendar before, like can you do that again? I think we're kind of losing cohesion here.
Oh boy. All right.
Well, local cohesion's fine, but cohesion in other places, well.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think okay, so like actually we're kind of okay in this particular location, but everywhere else is now fucked up.
Okay, so stay with me now. What kind of fucked up are we dealing with? Are we dealing with society as a whole and the calendar as a whole gets worse? Or does it somehow get slightly better? Is it sideways? Like, do we just have to sacrifice heretics on Tuesdays now? What are we talking about?
I don't. This is God, this is a lot of math. I mean, I'll start the grid on it, but I don't know. I don't know how to. We'd have to. We know where the pressure points are, right? Like, could we send
Yes.
messages? Could we go there? Could
They
we
will
like what?
not get there in time.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Shit. Messages. So
You're looking at trying to do a first,
calendrical thing in a calendar that's falling apart.
Yeah,
but also
here's the thing. Crunch the numbers quick so we know whether or not we should stop this.
oh.
And then if we should stop this, then I have an idea. Y'all are gonna hate it, but have an idea.
I just
I'm
kind of
gonna look out the window just real quick as this conversation is going on, and I'm just gonna make sure that whether or not that black hole is still outside or that void.
The void is dissipating. So it's almost like looking through a piece of diaphanous cloth. As you can see it roiling, you can slightly see the asteroid.
Hmm. Okay,
I think
please continue.
It would. The idea is take that rock and throw it into that planet.
I think I kind of look at you when you say, a little slightly earlier, like whether we should, stop this or whatever, and I'm just like, I just kind of start to smile a little bit because, it's like, oh, someone else feels the same as I do about this entire fucked up system, and it's actually saying it out loud, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, why not?
But
why
do the
not?
math,
Fuck
because
it.
it could be worse.
Oh, okay. I'll just I'll get to it.
Like,
I'll get to it.
We
I'm
have to,
pulling-
like staple a cat to every single person that
right.
we sacrifice. Let's not do that.
I'm pulling all of the ship resources I can, whatever the hell I can, like any like spare cycles donated by servitors if they're willing, or just like literally anything to crunch this as quickly as I possibly can. And if I need to roll, I can roll.
Yeah, I would like you to roll for
Okay.
this grand
Well,
calculation.
Got my 3. Got my tenacity / tunnel vision. Got my I am good at computer. And I think that my understanding of this, kind of weird situationship friendship thing is growing clearer. And so I think yeah, I want to protect these people. Like this is clarifying a lot of stuff to me in my life.
Just almost like for funny, but also for helpful. Can I go to Tace and be like, Tace, you are, I think, the best Narai I've ever met, and give him an assist with an edge of the beautiful lie.
Sure.
I'm confident. Yay! All right, so I get another die for that.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
No, it's like the deal with Tace is like he's always been competent. He's just been deeply unfocused and unmotivated. So like holy shit, like okay, yes, we were applying a lot skills that have not really been applied. Let's see. All right. That's 1, 2, and 4 6s. Would
No.
okay, so help me understand would my bonus from the Shuos for a day thing apply to 3s at this point? Would
Yes.
that get me up to
Yes.
3s? All right,
Yes.
then I got 2 3s, so that's 3 successes and 4 6s.
All right. Well, I mean, knock up your clock, and or or another clock if you'd like.
Mm, well, I mean, so
Use your XP, at your discretion.
no, just remind me. The party clock increasing means what? Toward assimilation?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we're doing like the opposite of that at this point. So
you are talking about the opposite of that. So
yeah, so I'll spend some XP to bring me down to, I don't know, 4 or something. I don't know exactly how much XP that takes.
well, I mean,
But
you can't jump up,
oh, I can't do multiple jumps or whatever.
right, thankfully, or we would have or Pope here would have had like 6 characters by now.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it didn't take me all the way to 6. It
No.
it just okay. I was
No,
trying to
if that was
understand
the
that.
case, we would have been on Pope's 4th character at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Then
I would be on 8 right now.
okay. Well, then I guess the way that I would flavor that is just that I am more kind of I am using the system as intended to continue to buy into the idea of tearing down the system. So I'll go ahead and bump that up to a 3 with my Shuos bonus letting me succeed on 4s as well. So that's you see a level of focus from Tace, like ever since he's come up from the engine room, he's like more confident and like more like just kind of present, just like locked in. I am locked in right now. So that's what you're getting here. So what do my 3 successes get me?
Your 3 successes get you that. If you can't, honestly, there are places in the Hex Arcade that are probably in terrible disarray, but you cannot successfully do any real change until you confirm what the strange thing about the planet is, because nothing is telling you that. You need to at least know what that is.
Something is good. Like something is. What am I trying to say? Rahal Lohan got this whole idea somehow from this planet. We were sent to investigate this planet. Whatever is going on with the entire rest of the calendar is strongly related to this planet. I think we need to go check it out.
Is this the epicenter?
Is this the epicenter?
Yeah, you're at the epicenter.
This is the spoke of the wheel.
This is the center.
Mm,
Oh, this is the hub of
might-
the wheel.
Well, there is a chance.
So
This is
my
way
idea
above
of
my pay
stopping
grade.
it is correct. Throw rock at planet.
Well,
Let it go
Do
crack.
you have a massive accelerator in your pocket?
No, but I know how to sabotage shit.
Well, okay, but
We-
sorry, Rahal.
It-
Brayden's trying to say something.
Well, it is true that we can try to do something to reverse it from here, is what I'm saying. That we can end it here. I don't know if annihilating this planet is, well, that might do it, it might not. Might
I'm gonna start
also,
scanning. I'm just gonna start scanning the planet again as you're talking.
there's any number
It's
of
like
things to go out.
Again, my expertise is either A, not being caught, or B, breaking shit.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you break
those are
this-
the 2 things I am good at.
We break this wrong. You see, here's the problem. This is spread out as far as it is. We break this, then we might actually take out the real calendar across a good portion of the Hex Arcade, and we really don't want that.
No, because of our neighbors. Okay, so we need to find out what it's doing, how it's doing it. If somehow what's going on is worse than current. Because if it's worse than current, then we need to stop it. If it's not worse than current, then okay, so we all have to wear orange now. That's fine. I'll make that sacrifice.
We should go down there.
Well, the
Should
shadow
go down
moth
there
that you
and-
came in should be fine to use.
How many people can we temporarily pack into a 2-seater?
Tight ass fit. But you can do it.
Stack us like cordwood.
One of the things
not-
that they do train us in Shoeless Academy, because you have to, is being able to dislocate joints. It
Oh.
sucks.
No, I hope you don't have to do that. But if you ever, you ever stuffed a ground vehicle as a prank, see how many people you can fit in at the same time.
It wasn't a prank. It was a requirement.
Okay. I'm so glad I didn't go to your academy. Let's
The
go down
answer
there.
to the standard transport and the current high score is 27.
Wow. Wow, that's yeah, that must have been very unpleasant. I suggested this, so I volunteered to ride in cargo, but whoever's driving, please be gentle.
I
Does anybody know how to pilot?
I can pilot the
We
shadow
lost our
moth.
pilot. Okay.
I know how to do that. It's the big ships that have lots more math involved, not so much.
Hmm.
And for a just orbital trip down, this will be easy.
All right. It seems like we have a plan. Kind of.
Well, first you
the
need to
beginnings
finish
of
your
a plan.
scan and figure out where the epicenter on that planet is.
Oh yeah, it's going.
Because that's going to be the target landing zone. And if I'm following Shuo's protocol, we will be precisely 2 kilometers outside of the epicenter.
Well
But the
cloaked.
gang has a plan.
Gang, it's a plan.
And I think that's a good place to end game.
Cliffhanger.
Heavens help us, we
Oh,
have a
man.
plan.
Oh boy.
And a
Not a-
backup plan.
It's not a good plan.
Yeah.
It's a plan.
Uh,
I will commit an Abaddon.
Oh my fucking god.
Ah! I am going to have to redraw my entire relationship chart. I have
You're
been
welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to go, and I actually haven't
One
drawn
last
anything. I've
wrinkle.
been I'm gonna have to reorganize the Excel file that I've been using to try to keep track of all of these relatives, and try to separate out Narai Wen from Rahal Fowler, and
Well-
try to figure out how this works, because they work at they're both still at supposed to be at the Fortress of Pearled Hopes. So
Well, sometimes
Ah.
exes have to work together.
But
yeah,
think about this. She is perfectly placed to sacrifice the king piece
that's
of this
true.
puzzle.
That's true.
She
That's
is
very true.
perfectly positioned and
Okay, well, you know,
already has
yeah.
a tie to make it so that asking to see him will not be suspicious.
You know, this whole thing, I actually feel a little bit better now that you mentioned that, because that means this whole thing was designed to look exactly like the thing that I thought it was. So
Yes.
there's at least some degree of comfort in that. Oh my God. Okay, well, so much is happening. I say that every week, but it's because more happens. So we're going to go ahead and go around and do our outros. Feel free to tell folks where they can find you, plug anything you like, and give any final thoughts you have about this session. We are going to start with our very sadistic calendar. Hello.
Hey, I'm Hollow. You can find me on the internet at Hollow Invective, at Blue Sky, and that other place. Yeah, I have had a ton of fun so far. Just stringing things together, having a general outline of things, but also being going with the flow. And I was like, yeah, we got here. We're getting to a place. I said there would be at least one planetary excursion, but how we got here, that's player driven. And I'm loving every minute of it.
It's so good. It's so good. And also painful at the same time. I'm not sure why, but it's so good. But now we're going to head over then to PB.
Hi, I'm PB from @PB Plays Inside, where you can find me on Blue Sky and Twitch. I am right now just having a chill time on the stream, my stream, doing some Minecraft, and occasionally some TTRPG things. I have something planned for the end of December, but for now it's just we're just chilling. Aside from coming here on Tuesdays and absolutely just having a time. And this was phenomenal. Just like, I love just seeing Arbor Hall just kind of like fall apart and like get back together and then keep falling apart. It's like an accordion of your sanity, and it's really, really fun to watch.
Thank you so much.
Accordion of Sanity is my Weird Al Yankovic cover band.
Excellent. There it is. Oh God. Yeah, we are. That's pretty much where we are. We're playing the we're playing the Polka of Madness, and now we will head over to Ewan.
Sure. Hi, I'm Ewan. You can find me nowhere in particular. I am along for the ride. I'm so excited to see what we do next. This is gonna be we're about to go into a community of heretics, huh? So Flora's actual social skills are going to be incredibly important because I'm certainly not going to provide them. But yeah, the way this all came together, we all we split apart. We all got different parts of the story, and now we're all back together, and we're ready. We're ready for that mission. It's like we're coming in at the the end of Mass Effect or whatever. We're doing our suicide mission, except we're not gonna die. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be fine, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for next week. Hot damn. It's great.
Yes, everything is fine. It will be great. And now over to Pope.
Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope World Build over on Blue Sky, and start playing games. So first business, then pleasure. Yeah, if you're interested in finding me more out here, definitely be back here on Tuesdays. You might also want to be back here on Fridays. Not this Friday, but soon. And also want to plug a very special stream anniversary for two of my favorite individuals, Laugh Love Lindy and Tripper SJP. They're doing a joint charity stream that will be happening on December 7th. So please join them as they try and raise a ton of money. They're also going to be playing a game that is supposed to be two individuals writing to each other. And Trooper's going to be in character the entire time. Lindy is going to be meditating the entire time. So you will get to see two sides and two ways to play simultaneously, with a few extra tricks thrown in depending on certain goals being met. So it'll be a great time. Please join them, promote when you can, where you can, give if you can. And yeah, that's the business. Now the pleasure. If you think this story is going to have a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. I Hollow has set this thing up perfectly to the point of it being a Shakespearean tragedy. Like between the beautiful, beautiful poetry to how this Hamlet-like chessboard has been arrayed in front of us. And we are but pawns in a far, far greater game. And whether the pawn becomes a queen, it might happen. But how many pieces have to be sacrificed along the way? So we'll see just who survives, and how, and the why. So you should continue coming back here on Tuesdays to see Tace continue his Barclayan journey. Like he's even got, you know, the hot, obviously hyper competent lady giving him compliments so he does better. Like we have checked that off the Barclay list. We have had the visions, we have had the hyper competency and the hyper focus, the communing with forces beyond his ken. Like we keep checking these boxes, folks. Just as like Graydon is checking the Sam Neill, I'm going to go mad in this picture, like checklist. By all means, see both In the Mouth of Madness and maybe more appropriately, Event Horizon.
Favorite.
So we're working down that checklist. Poor Floor is just like full on Sigourney Weavering through this entire thing. Just being an absolute badass, not taking shit from anybody or giving it immediately back. And obviously, by the silence, has been putting things together far more than we give her credit. And I'm fully expecting to get a delightful night in the back at the right moment. If I don't, I will be disappointed.
Knife rose.
And again, Hollow, you have orchestrated this beautifully, and not only have you given me the nightmare that is Vidona Duncan, but the joy of playing the magnificent bastard that is Shuos Robin. Thank you so much, and thank all of you for being here. We're live, VOD, YouTube. The story is nothing without its audience. You're much part of this as we are. Take care of yourselves and one another, and I'll see you soon.
This has been so good. This game is the highlight of my week, and there's just every time we think we've got a hold of what's going on. No, wait, there's more. And that's a heck of a thing to keep up. And so, Hollow, I really got to commend you for that. This is so good. This is so good. This is unbelievable. This is heretically good. I think basically. And it's just wonderful playing this with everybody. Everybody is doing such an awesome job here. I can't wait to see what happens next. So, once again, I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on Twitch, YouTube, and most social media platforms. Where I'm not OtherDoc, I'm Jim Yes That Jim. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. Down below, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can access my website and social media links, YouTube channel, and various other things. I don't have any specific things planned between now and next Tuesday, so 1 week from today, we will be having more of this, with any luck. I may do video gaming a bit in between. We'll see. We've got a holiday coming up in the United States. It's between then and now, so who knows what's going to happen. soon, as has been hinted, we are going to be having on Friday nights starting at some point in December. We're going to be having Bookhounds of London, being run by Pope, and it is going to be glorious. I think. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We're gearing up. And nothing else much for me to announce aside from the fact that I'm releasing a game shortly, and I will have more. I will talk. I will believe me. I will never stop talking about it. Probably. So there is plenty more to talk about with respect to it in the future. But the release is coming very soon. I don't have an exact date yet because I don't know how long it's going to take me to hop through the hoops to submit everything. But if I do this right, a digital and a physical version will be out simultaneously. So I will let you know once I've got all my ducks in a row for that, and once I've got either a release date or when it's out, basically. I don't know which way we're going with it, whether I'm just going to press a button and just have everything happen, or if I'm going to try to do a release party or something. I don't know. We'll see. But it's been a few years and I feel like celebrating it, so something's going to happen. But in the meantime, thank you all very much once again. We're going to go say hi to somebody. I see that Happy Jacks is actually just starting up a campaign of Mouse Ritter. They're in their session 0. So I think we're going to go and, if we can, go and say hi to them. Feel free to hang on if you're so inclined and say hi to them with us. That'll be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, just please remember, you are valid, you are unique, and that is wonderful because variety is very important. You matter. So please remember to take care of yourself, and remember you can absolutely give yourself grace when you need to. Take care, folks, and we will catch you next time. Farewell.